The power of the pause. How a Stoic woman chooses calm over chaos. Hey, my friend. Let's talk about something that has the power to transform your life. The pause before the reaction. That tiny, almost imperceptible moment between an external event and your response. That split second where you have the choice to own your emotions or be owned by them. Now, I know this isn't easy. As women, we're often expected to be emotionally expressive, reactive even. Society tells us that being passionate and outspoken is a sign of strength. But let me ask you, is it really strength if we are controlled by external events? If someone's bad attitude, a rude comment, or an unexpected inconvenience can dictate how we feel and act, then where's the power in that? Let's be real. Life will test you. People will say stupid things. Situations will go south. Your emotions will flare up. But the real question is, what do you do next? Do you let the situation dictate your response, or do you take a breath, step back, and choose how to act? A Stoic woman is not a woman who feels nothing. She feels it all: anger, frustration, sadness. But she does not let those feelings drive the car. She pauses. She observes. And then she acts. Not out of impulse, but out of wisdom. This is what we're diving into today. The pause as a power move. The first step to truly mastering your reactions. The pause as a power move. Picture this. You're having a great day. Maybe you finally got some time to yourself. Maybe your morning coffee hit just right. Maybe you're just vibing with life. And then, bam. Someone says something rude. A coworker dismisses your idea. Your partner forgets something important. A stranger gives you attitude for no reason. And just like that, your body reacts. Your heart races. Your stomach tightens. You feel that surge of anger, hurt, or frustration creeping in. Your mind instantly starts crafting the perfect comeback, the justified reaction, the defense, the counterattack. But pause. Ask yourself, what is this reaction serving? Because here's the truth. A reaction is just that. A knee-jerk response to external stimuli. It's not strength. It's not power. It's not even truly you. It's a conditioned habit. Marcus Aurelius said it best. If you are distressed by anything external, it is not the thing itself that troubles you, but your judgment about it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Think about that. The thing itself is not what upsets us. It's how we interpret it, how we let it affect us. And we can choose, yes, choose, to revoke that power from the outside world and reclaim it for ourselves. When you pause, you reclaim your power. Instead of snapping back with a sharp response, you breathe. Instead of spiraling into negativity, you center yourself. Instead of reacting emotionally, you act intentionally. This doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It doesn't mean you ignore injustice or suppress your emotions. It means you choose how you respond on your terms. Let me ask you this. How many times have you regretted taking a pause? Probably never. But how many times have you regretted reacting too quickly? Saying something you didn't mean? Letting anger, frustration, or ego take the lead? That's the difference. A woman who controls herself controls the whole damn situation. So, next time you feel that heat rising inside you, remember this. You always have the power to pause, to step back, to breathe, to observe before reacting. And before we move on, subscribe, hit like, and drop a comment. Tell me, have you ever experienced the power of the pause? Or do you struggle with reacting too fast? I want to hear your thoughts. This message is meant to be something you can listen to every morning or during your day to remind you that you are the one in control. Next, let's talk about the art of observing before acting, because that's where the real magic happens. 2. Observe before you act. The Stoic woman's superpower. All right, my friend, we've talked about the power of the pause. That crucial moment where you decide to reclaim control instead of reacting on impulse. Now let's go deeper, because pausing is just the first step. The real magic? It happens in the observation phase. A Stoic woman doesn't just stop herself from reacting, she steps outside of the situation and sees it for what it truly is. And that's the difference between someone who is merely holding back and someone who is truly in control. Let's break this down. When you become the observer, you stop being the victim. Imagine a scene. You're in a heated conversation. Someone says something that stings. Maybe they question your choices, disrespect your work, or dismiss your feelings. Instinctively, you feel that familiar emotional wave rising inside you. Now, pause. But don't just pause. Step outside of yourself. Become the observer. Imagine for a second that this isn't happening to you but to a character in a movie. Picture yourself as an outsider watching the scene unfold. What do you see? Is this person truly attacking you, or are they just projecting their own frustrations? Is this situation really as dramatic as your emotions are making it seem? If you were giving advice to a friend in this same position, what would you tell her to do? Suddenly, the situation loses its power over you. You realize that most of the time, things that upset us are just neutral events until we attach meaning to them. Epictetus, another brilliant Stoic philosopher, put it perfectly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Think about that. The same event could happen to 10 different people, and each of them would interpret it differently. Why? Because it's not the event itself that causes distress. It's our perception of it. And perceptions can be changed. A woman who observes first and reacts second is a woman who owns her reality. The difference between emotion and reality. Here's something that will change your life. Not everything you feel is real. Read that again. We experience emotions so intensely that we believe them to be absolute truths. But emotions are just signals. They're not instructions. Feeling angry doesn't mean you're being attacked. Feeling hurt doesn't mean someone has real power over you. Feeling frustrated doesn't mean something is impossible. Your emotions are temporary, but the consequences of reacting impulsively, those can be permanent. That's why observation is crucial. Think about a time when you reacted too quickly. Maybe you said something you later regretted, or you acted out of frustration, only to realize later that the situation wasn't as bad as it seemed. What if, in that moment, you had paused and observed instead? How different would the outcome have been? A practical way to train yourself to observe. Before reacting, all right, so how do we practice this in real life? Because let's be honest, when emotions flare up, it's easy to forget all the wise Stoic advice. So here's something practical. Next time something triggers you, try this 3-step method. Pause and name it. The moment you feel an emotional reaction, stop and identify it. Instead of saying, "I'm pissed off," say, "I am experiencing anger." This separates you from the emotion. You are not the emotion. You are just observing it. Ask yourself, what else could this mean? Thus, instead of assuming the worst, look for alternative explanations. Maybe the rude person is having a bad day. Maybe the situation isn't as serious as it feels. This helps detach you from knee-jerk interpretations. Choose your response. Intentionally. Once you've observed the situation, ask yourself, what response aligns with the kind of woman I want to be? This is where true power lies, not in reacting, but in responding with wisdom. You are the architect of your reality. Here's the truth. The world will always throw challenges your way. People will be rude. Situations will test your patience. But you get to decide what those things mean to you. Most people live their lives in reaction mode, just bouncing from one external event to the next, letting their emotions drive them. But a Stoic woman? She chooses how she experiences life. So, let me ask you, next time something upsets you, will you react blindly or will you observe, reflect, and respond with power? Take a second to comment below. Do you struggle with observation? Or have you experienced the power of stepping back and seeing things clearly? I want to hear your thoughts, and if you haven't yet, hit like and subscribe, because these messages are designed to be something you can listen to every morning or during your daily routine as a reminder of your power. Next, we'll dive into an important lesson from Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor himself, on how to stay unshaken in any situation. 3. Marcus Aurelius' Secret to Staying Unshaken, the Stoic Woman's Guide to Inner Peace. All right, we've talked about the pause before the reaction and the power of observation, how stepping back allows us to see things clearly instead of getting lost in emotions. Now, let's take it to the next level. Because even when we pause, even when we observe, sometimes emotions still try to pull us into the storm. That's where Marcus Aurelius comes in. This man ruled the Roman Empire, one of the most chaotic, dangerous, and unpredictable places in history. He had enemies, betrayals, wars, plagues, and yet his philosophy remains a blueprint for how to stay unshaken no matter what happens around you. His secret? Understanding that external events don't control you, your mind does. And today, we're going to apply that wisdom to your life. The external world has no power over you unless you give it permission. Imagine you're walking down the street, feeling good when suddenly a stranger bumps into you and mutters something rude. Instantly, your mood shifts. Annoyance creeps in, maybe even anger. But pause. Ask yourself, what changed? Did that person physically alter your brain? Did their words inject stress into your bloodstream? No. The only thing that changed was your perception. Your mind decided that this was an offense worth reacting to. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Think about that. Nothing can truly hurt you unless your mind agrees to be hurt. Someone can insult you, but if you don't take it personally, it means nothing. A situation can be unfair, but if you don't let it disturb you, you remain in control. Things can go wrong, but if you accept them as part of life, they lose their sting. This doesn't mean being indifferent. It means being free. Because when you refuse to let the external world dictate your inner peace, you become untouchable. You are not your emotions. You are the one who observes them. Here's a powerful truth. You are not your emotions. Most people go through life identifying completely with how they feel. If they're angry, they say, I am angry. If they're stressed, they say, I am stressed. As if these emotions define them. But a Stoic woman? She sees emotions for what they really are, temporary experiences passing through her, not permanent states of being. Instead of saying, I am angry, try saying, I am experiencing anger. Instead of, I am hurt, say, I am feeling hurt in this moment. See the difference? The first statement traps you inside the emotion. The second reminds you that it's just a passing experience, something you can observe, learn from, and then release. When Marcus Aurelius faced overwhelming emotions, he reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Your boss does not have the power to make you angry. Your partner does not have the power to make you sad. Your circumstances do not have the power to make you anxious. Only you decide what these things mean to you. The practical Stoic exercise. The view from above. So how do we train ourselves to stay unshaken? Here's a powerful mental exercise straight from Marcus Aurelius himself. It's called the view from above, and it's a game changer. Whenever something feels overwhelming, try this. Zoom out. Imagine yourself from a distance. Picture yourself from a few feet away. See yourself in the moment, sitting, standing, wherever you are. Notice how small this moment is in the grand scheme of your life. Zoom out more. Imagine the entire city now. Expand your view. See the entire city around you. The buildings, the people, the cars moving. Notice how tiny your problem looks compared to everything else happening at this very second. Go even bigger. See the whole planet. Imagine floating above Earth, looking down. Your situation is just one tiny event in the vastness of life. Billions of people are living their own experiences right now. Your worries? They are a mere speck in the flow of time. When you do this, something amazing happens. Your emotions lose their grip on you. What felt huge and overwhelming a moment ago now seems small, manageable, not worth disturbing your inner peace over. Marcus Aurelius used this technique daily to remind himself that most things simply do not matter as much as they seem to, in the moment, and you, my friend, can do the same. Your inner peace is your responsibility, so let's bring this home. If there's one thing I want you to take from Marcus Aurelius, it's this: nothing has power over you unless you allow it. Your emotions are not reality. They are temporary experiences. When you zoom out, you realize most problems are much smaller than they feel. You don't have to be a Roman emperor to apply this. You just have to make the choice, every single day, to refuse to be shaken by what's outside of you. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one thing you've been letting disturb your peace? How can you apply this lesson today? And if you haven't yet, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can keep these reminders coming. These messages are meant to be something you can listen to in the morning, while driving, or during your daily routine. A mental reset to remind you that you are in control. Next, we'll dive into real-life examples of how to apply these Stoics. Principles in everyday situations, from work conflicts to relationships. Because theory is great, but real mastery happens in daily life. 4. Everyday Stoicism, applying the Stoic woman's mindset in real life. We've covered the pause, the power of observation, and the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius in keeping your peace unshaken. Now, let's bring it all down to earth, because theory is useless if we don't apply it to daily life. The real test of a Stoic mindset isn't reading philosophy. It's dealing with the annoying coworker, the unexpected drama, the rude comment, the stressful situation. So today, let's get practical. How do we actually live this philosophy? 1. When someone tries to push your buttons, you know the type. The person who always has something negative to say. The one who loves drama. The one who gets under your skin just a little too easily. Your instinct? Probably to snap back. To prove your point, defend yourself, put them in their place. But pause, observe, and remember, choose not to be harmed, and you won't be. Marcus Aurelius, the moment you refuse to engage, you take away their power. They want a reaction? Don't give it to them. Instead, smile, nod, be unbothered. If they're rude, stay neutral. Their negativity is a reflection of them, not you. If they provoke you, respond with something simple like, "I hear you." That's it. No emotion, no extra energy wasted. This drives toxic people crazy, because their power comes from your reaction. Take that away, and they're left with nothing. Try this. Drop a comment and tell me, who in your life always tries to get a reaction from you? How can you handle them differently next time? And if this is resonating, don't forget, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can keep this mindset training in your daily routine. When life throws unexpected chaos at you, you had a plan. Everything was supposed to go a certain way, and then, boom, life happens. Maybe your car breaks down, you get unexpected bad news, or something important falls apart at the last minute. The average person? They panic. They complain. They resist reality. But you are a Stoic woman. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius, translation: obstacles are not problems. They are the path. Instead of reacting emotionally, ask yourself, what's within my control right now? Focus on that. What lesson can I learn from this? Every challenge strengthens you. How can I use this moment to practice patience, resilience, and wisdom? Life will never be predictable, but your response can be. When someone says something that feels like an attack, let's be real. Sometimes, people say things that sting. Maybe it's a passive-aggressive comment. Maybe it's an outright insult. Either way, it hits a nerve. The normal reaction? Get defensive. Get emotional. Fire back. But a Stoic woman? She remembers that words are just words. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change. For I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. Marcus Aurelius. Ask yourself, is there any truth in what they said? If yes, use it as a lesson. Are they just projecting their own issues? If yes, ignore it completely. Does this actually matter in the long run? If not, let it go. You do not have to attend every argument you're invited to. When you feel overwhelmed and stressed, let's talk about those moments where everything feels like too much, the never-ending to-do list, the responsibilities, the expectations. First, breathe, then zoom out. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. What's actually urgent? Often we stress over things that aren't as urgent as they feel. What can I let go of? Some things are just noise. Prioritize what truly matters. Will this still matter in a week, a month, a year? 99% of stress is temporary. Most of the things stealing your peace are self-created pressures. A Stoic woman learns to release what is not essential and focus on what is. Final thoughts. You are in control. Life is unpredictable. People will test you. Things will not go as planned. But remember, your power lies in how you respond. You don't have to react emotionally. You don't have to let external events disturb you. You don't have to give your peace away to things that don't deserve it. The more you practice, the stronger you become. And soon, you'll notice something amazing. Things that used to bother you simply don't anymore. That's real power. Tell me in the comments, what's one situation in your life where you want to apply this mindset? Let's talk about it. And if you haven't yet, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. These messages are meant to be something you can listen to daily, whether in the morning, while driving, or during your routine. A reminder that you are in control of your mind, your emotions, and your reality. Next, we're going to explore how to build unshakable confidence using Stoic principles. Because once you master your emotions, the next step is walking through life with unbreakable self-assurance. 5. The Stoic Woman's Guide to Unshakable Confidence. Owning your power. Okay, we've talked about staying calm, observing before reacting, and keeping your peace unshaken. But let's be real. None of that matters if you don't believe in yourself. Because a Stoic woman isn't just composed, she is confident. And not the kind of confidence that's loud or attention-seeking, but the kind that's calm, grounded, and completely unshakable. The kind that says, I don't need validation. I don't need permission. I don't need to prove myself. I know who I am. That's the mindset we're building today. Stop seeking permission. You are enough. Marcus Aurelius said, we love ourselves more than others, but we care more about their opinions than our own. How often do you hold back because you're afraid of what people might think? You hesitate to say what you really think. You downplay your accomplishments. You silence your voice to avoid conflict. But here's the truth. You don't need permission to be yourself. Speak up, even if your voice shakes. Make choices that align with you, not what others expect. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. A Stoic woman does what is right, not what is popular. Tell me in the comments, where, in your life, do you need to stop waiting for approval? And if you're feeling this message, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so we can keep training this mindset together. Confidence comes from trusting yourself. Most people think confidence means never doubting yourself. But true, confidence is knowing that even if things go wrong, you will handle it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about knowing you can face any challenge. You can adapt, learn, and grow. You don't need all the answers. You just need to trust yourself. So instead of saying, "What if I fail?" start saying, "Even if I fail, I'll be okay." 3. Detach from the outcome. Focus on the process. One of the biggest confidence killers? Obsessing over results. You hesitate to take risks because you fear failure. You overthink decisions because you want certainty. You wait for the perfect moment that never comes. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do what you must. Let others say what they will." A Stoic woman shows up, does her best, and lets go of the rest. Apply for the job, even if you're not sure you'll get it. Speak your truth, even if not everyone will agree. Pursue your dreams, even if success isn't guaranteed. The more you detach from the outcome, the more free and confident you become. Final thoughts. Confidence is a choice. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. Trust yourself. Own your power. Detach from what you can't control, and most importantly, act like the woman you want to become. Confidence grows through action. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you're going to do differently after hearing this? Let's talk. And if you haven't yet, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. These messages are here for you every day, whether you listen in the morning while driving or during your daily routine, because mindset isn't built in one day. It's built every day. This is the Stoic Woman Mindset. See you in the next one.